If you asked me to choose a single app which I used for task management, organizing activities, and general productivity, my answer would be Microsoft OneNote. There are some similar apps out there, such as Notion, and I use it as well for specific purposes, such as managing my YouTube and podcast workflow. So it's got some other great features. There's Evernote, which is one of the originals. That's been out for a good 15 years, I think. Obsidian, Rome Research in more recent years, and essentially all these apps are digital note-taking apps. So it's a way to organize your digital life. We're bombarded with so much information at incredible amounts of information, especially over the last 5 to 10 years. So how do you organize all this information? How do you make sense of all of it? And also capitalize and take advantage and derive value from all of this information that you collect. And your brain can't hold all of this. I can't remember stuff from last week, and sometimes even what I ate last night. So I've been using Microsoft OneNote for the past 7 years. I've accumulated quite a lot of information, and I've taken it a lot more seriously over the last 2 to 3 years, especially after following some of the work by Tiago Forte, and I read his book, A Second Brain. He uses Evernote. He's been using that for 10 to 12 years, and essentially he says you can derive value from keeping notes, keeping organized, and recalling information, using it as a reference, building a library, and then connections can occur, so it can become a creative workspace as well. So in this video, I'm going to be going through 5 reasons why you should use a digital note-taking app such as Microsoft OneNote. So reason number 1 is the obvious one, is all your notes are stored in one place. So it's a really efficient way of gathering all your notes, and notes from your meetings, and putting your ideas together, or research as well. So it's a lot better than storing away information in Word files and PowerPoint, etc., especially if you need to access that information on a kind of daily basis, which I'll go into for reason number 2. So over here you can see this is my productivity folder. So all of these, think of these as different folders, and you can create dozens of different folders. And then within the folder you can create these different workspaces, and then you can create sub-levels as well, so up to three levels that you can expand and minimize as well. So reason number 2 is use it as a reference library. So for example, if you're accessing information, you need to access information on a daily basis, weekly basis, etc., put it into OneNote. Again, don't put it into Microsoft Word or email, etc., where it's difficult to firstly open in the first place, and then searching for it can be a real pain. This has a great search functionality built in. So an example of the way I use it as a reference library is on a every couple of days, daily basis, I'll be asked by colleagues, what's the volunteering code? Our company gives, my place of work gives 2 days off for volunteering. So I'll be asked for the code, and then what's the link to request it. And also every day I'll be asked, pinged and emailed, what volunteering opportunities are out there. So I'll have that latest links available and ready to go. Just copy and paste and go. I'm trying to automate a lot of the process, but there is still bits that remain manual. So this is an excellent way to have a little almost kind of a dashboard of information at your fingertips. And remember, you can access this on your mobile device as well. So if you're on the go and you need to send something, then all your database of vital information is at your fingertips. So reason number 3. So let's say you're reading a book. So this is one of the primary reasons I use it, is and mostly over the last 1 year I've started doing this, is I've got a folder for all the books that I read. So as you can see, it's not loads that I've started doing this on, but hopefully this over the years will really build up. So whilst I'm reading a book or listening to an audio book, I'll start doing some notes from any key points and learnings that I've got from that book. And then a bit like reason 2, then I can go back and reference it. So often I've been going back in and copy and pasting some little bits of quotes that I've either put into my blogging, or it's formed a tweet, and of course just to recap and review that book and the key learnings from it. So I found it really invaluable. Sometimes it can be time consuming, but I think it's worth it. Once it's done, and then you've got your notes for life. So I think that's a fantastic way to use it. So I'll just give you a quick run through some of these. So Get It Done, Isla Fishback. It was a great book. One of my favorite books that I read last year, early this year rather, was Mindset by Carol Dweck. So I didn't write loads of notes on there, but some of the most important bits that I pulled out. Atomic Habits, Pathless Path, which I'm reading at the moment. That's a great one. So reason number 4 is using it as a mind mapping tool. So this is where you could start getting creative with OneNote. So here, for example, I did a 4-month training course, and then I was pulling together a presentation and of the different important bits from that training that I did. So I pulled in some of the notes, and these all came from different parts of OneNote, so in different folders. I pulled it together, and you can link to specific workspaces, so like hyperlink it and link through, and then there's different drawing tools, etc. So this really helped reinforce my learning of that subject matter, and then how I was gonna present it as well. So which is fantastic. And the 5th reason is using it as a way to track your training. So I've used kind of training in reason 4, but I'll go more specific into the training. So when there was different training sessions throughout a period of 4 months, and within that I had mentoring sessions as well. So each time I was on a session with some of my colleagues, I would flip open OneNote and start doing notes and taking screenshots and putting it straight in. So for example, here's another session that I did. This one was entitled Get the Future You Want. It covered the different types of mentors. So again, I can go back and review this training. So I finished it about 5 months ago, but because I've got these notes, I can go back in and relearn, reflect, recap some of it as well. If I had not done any of this and just say did written notes, it'd be difficult to go find it. And as you can see, you can capture quite a bit. So that's one workspace of information that I captured, and then it is editable, of course, and then you can expand on it and insert references and hyperlinks as well. Fantastic. So that's my 5 reasons to use a digital note-taking app. And As I mentioned, you can use the mobile device as well. So often when I'm on the go, I can start doing some planning on the mobile device as well. And especially when I'm like reading a book, I've got or audio book, I've got the headphones on. I'll be in a doctor's surgery or something, or traveling or going for a walk, and then I can do some notes at the same time, flip open information, again use it as a database to access that information. I can plan an upcoming meeting with my manager. So I have a weekly touch point with a manager, and I've got a file, a workspace for every meeting that we have. So I can go back in, reference and tick off, use it as a to-do list as well. So that's another great way to use OneNote. I hope this video has been useful for you. It's a high-level summary of Microsoft OneNote. In future videos, I'll be deep diving into the features of OneNote and how to use it properly, and also looking at some of the advanced features of OneNote. So don't forget to subscribe and like and comment as well. If there's a tool that you use which you prefer, please let me know, and also the reasons behind why you use those tools. Maybe I've missed something that is absolutely mind-blowing, so let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Until then, take care.